Sports Mail's racing expert Robin Goodfellow dishes out his tips for Day 2 of the Cheltenham Festival as well as Wednesday's meetings at Southwell, Wolverhampton and Huntingdon. Min was imperious at Leopardstown and should make the running in the Queen Mother Chase. Ballymore Novices Hurdle 1:30, Grade 1 2 miles 5 furlongs. Sam Crow is perceived as the banker of the week for many, and it is difficult to knock his claims, given he destroyed a Grade 1 field in the Deloitte Hurdle in style at Leopardstown. That was the third of 3 wide-margin hurdles victories this winter, and he boasts a potent combination of speed and stamina allied with a sound hurdling technique. He will clearly be very difficult to beat, but there look some decent novices in opposition. Not least Next Destination, who has looked a very useful operator in his own right this winter. In the face of Sam Crow's brilliance, there is a chance Next Destination is in danger of being underestimated despite being unbeaten in all 3 hurdles. The last victory achieved in Grade 1 company. He too boasts a sharp turn of foot for a stare, usually travels smoothly and jumps well, and represents a stable who have won 4 of the last 10 renewals. Black Op could prove the pick of the home contenders, as he was unfortunate not to win on trials day, when flattening the last before being picked up late on by Santini. He boasts plenty of class and possesses the all-important course experience. Arkle Trophy Chase 2:10, Grade 1 2 miles. Footpad has looked unnatural over fences from the word go and will be very difficult to beat if showing the same aptitude for his obstacles as he has done in all 3 starts this term. He made Aldecey off Petit Mouchoir at Leopardstown in Grade 1 company last month, and although some expect the latter to turn the tables as it was first run in 108 days, he will have to jump more proficiently here. The selection barely put a foot wrong at Leopardstown and was well on top at the line, which suggests there is a good deal more to come. And it is worth recalling he was 4th in last year's champion hurdle as a 5-year-old. St. Calvados is the only novice chaser at 2 miles which can hold a candle to Footpad in the jumping stakes. He has accumulated a swift hat-trick over fences this year and rattled up another exemplary round at Warwick when seeing off another small field from the front. The deep ground will be no issue for him, and he is likely to take some pegging back if establishing a good rhythm early on. RSA Novices Chase 2:10, Grade 1 3 miles. 4 of the last 9 winners of this event ran in the Flogus Chase won by Monolly at Leopardstown last month, and given that runners from the previous year's Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle have won the RSA 5 times from 20 attempts, Henry de Bromhead's 7-year-old makes plenty of appeal. Monolly jumped and raced with great enthusiasm at Leopardstown, showing no ill effects of his fall at that venue over the festive period, and he displayed a terrific will to win to fight off a host of challengers. The only slight reservation is his stamina over the trip on really deep ground. Dounikos. 4th to Monolly that day. Looks one rival likely to appreciate a war of attrition, as he was doing all his best work at the death and appears to be crying out for a test of stamina. He has been routed from yesterday's NH Chase, which suggests connections feel he has a touch of class too. Presenting Percy posted a terrific effort behind Gold Cup aspirant Our Duke in the Red Mills Chase at Gorin, outspeeded after the last EWASNT knockabout, and is trained by Pat Kelly, a master of preparing a horse for the big day. Coral Cup Handicap Hurdle 2:50, Grade 3 2 miles 5 furlongs. Ruth Jefferson and her staff have performed with great dignity and no little skill since the death of her father Malcolm this year, and the decision to return to hurdles with Mount Muse could prove an inspired decision. Connections have wisely aborted a chasing campaign which was stuttering and stumbling, even if the Selection was trying to mix it with the likes of Black Horton and Watts's name at Ascot and Doncaster respectively. There is also a school of thought that Mount Muse may appreciate coming back in trip given he had the pace to finish second to Pinkshow in an Aintree Grade 1 hurdle over 2 miles last spring. Today's test on very soft ground should be ideal and he makes plenty of appeal. Top of the game belied his inexperience to land a competitive Sandown handicap last time and his stamina will be a valuable ally this afternoon. Ben Pauling is another trainer with a strong hand and LeBrule and Red Indian have been targeted at this handicap, while River Frost, beaten 8 lengths in this race 12 months ago, could be a live one at a price. Queen Mother Champion Chase 3:30, Grade 1 2-mile S. Rarely can this race have seen so much drama before the tapes have even been released, with hot anti-post favorite Altior undergoing an 11th hour scare and Duvin making the field against all the odds. The former has also suffered with a wind issue this season, and in recent history there have been 106 horses which have undergone a similar campaign to him, and only one has won. Riverside Theatre, trained by Nicky Henderson. Any breathing issues could well be exploited by the grueling conditions, and at his price, he is reluctantly overlooked in preference of Min. The latter's fitness is seemingly assured and he has looked a smart chaser in waiting this winter, not least at Leopardstown last time when he was imperious. The joker in the pack is undoubtedly Duvin, who was an enormous disappointment in this event last year when sustaining an injury. The fact that Ruby Walsh has remained loyal to him above Min could be construed as a tip in its own right, and although he has undoubtedly been tricky to train, if the fire still burns he remains a huge threat. Cross-country chase 4:10, 3-mile S 6 furlong S. The redoubtable Cause of Causes is an incredible horse, as his festival record over fences reads 2,111. Statistics which are virtually unparalleled in the modern day. He has built a terrific association with Jamie Codd, who has been on board for all 3 successes, and the duo routed a decent field which included Bless the Wings and Overnat in this event 12 months ago. The 10-year-old boasts a sharp turn of foot for a stare, and that was again in evidence last year, as he came readily clear of his rivals, so he could well take all the beating again. Stablemate Tiger Roll is compiling a similar festival record and is shortlisted once more. Overnat didn't appear to quite at home last year, but he made a series of niggling errors which may have contributed to him fading from the home turn. He still traveled powerfully throughout for a large percentage of the race and confirmed his well-being at Punchestown with a creditable defeat of Josie's Orders in the traditional prep for today's race. The Last Samurai is being prepared for another tilt at the Grand National, but if he takes to these fences he's a huge player. Fred Winter H-Cap Hurdle 4:50, Grade 3 2-mile S. The ability to see out the trip in deep ground will be paramount today, and given he has finished strongly under similar conditions on his last 2 starts, LISP could prove the answer to one of the toughest races of the week. As a relative of Thomas Campbell and Coeur de Lion, this type of examination should be ideal for a powerful galloper who did everything wrong at Haydock, when he pulled too hard in a small field, yet still ran a blinder behind Turning Gold. The selection should enjoy more cover in this bigger field and looks a big player. Both Nube Negra and Look My Way have tackled Triumph Hurdle favorite Apple's Shakira at this venue, and look huge contenders given they have track experience and have had good preparations. The former tanked through a minor contest at Doncaster and clearly boasts plenty of ability, while Look My Way was a stare on the flat, and any horse that can cope with soft ground at FFO's loss should NT find today's conditions beyond him. French import The King of May is another to consider, as he too has finished behind Apple's Shakira and impressed on his British debut at Musselburgh. Champion Bumper 5:30. Grade 1 2 miles. Willie Mullins has made this race his own since the turn of the century and carefully selected. Could surprise one or two of his stablemates who have been installed at shorter prices. From the same family as the talented Lord Sam, the selection has impressed in both of his bumper starts this term. Having enjoyed success between the flags in Ireland, he boasted enough stamina to win over 2.5 miles at Leopardstown at Christmas, but didn't appear to lack any pace when bolting up at Nas over the minimum trip last month, and his ability to see out the trip on bad ground will stand him in good stead here. Fellow Mullins contender Blackbow enjoyed the best of a tactical affair with Rhinestone at Leopardstown, but the latter could well reverse the placings as he looked to be short of pace when the winner quickened and yet was closing all the way to the line. He is reported to be in good heart at home and should be on the scene. AC Milan has impressed this season and is respected, but the prices of Crook's Peak, a course and distance winner, and Mercy Me may offer more juice for the value seeker. Peter Scudamore, 8 times champion jockey. There has been loads of hype surrounding Sam Crow in the build-up to this day, but there is also plenty of evidence from his unbeaten track record that it is probably justified. I am a believer. He has never started a race odds against in the betting, even on his point-to-point debut, and he has never looked like being extended in any finish he has contested. Peter Scudamore's selections: 1:30 Sam Crow, 2:10 Presenting Percy, 2:50 Springtown Lake, 3:30 ALTIOR, 4:10 Cause of Causes, 4:50 Look My Way, 5:30 Mercy Me. The Ballymore Novices Hurdle is obviously the biggest test he has ever faced. He certainly looks up to it. ALTIOR has overcome a minor blip with a hoof issue in the last 48 hours, and overall his season has been far from what trainer Nicky Henderson would have planned, as he had to have a breathing operation as well. But the image I cannot get out of my mind when assessing his chance was the effortless way he brushed aside politolog on his comeback run in the Game Spirit Chase at Newbury. There were built-in reasons why he could have performed below par that day, yet he treated one of his major rivals with contempt. I have plenty of respect for Monolly in the RSA Chase, but I think he may find Presenting Percy is a bit too good for him. Presenting Percy is a horse plenty of people think is a Gold Cup candidate of the future. In fact, on his last run, he was just beaten by Our Duke, one of the leading candidates for this year's big race on Friday. Cause of Causes could be described as a course and meeting specialist, as he has won well at the festival before. He is hard to oppose in the cross-country chase, while Look My Way looks fairly well handicapped in the Fred Winter Juvenile Handicap Hurdle. Captain Heath, Marcus Townend, the King of May, has only run once in Britain, but put in a very promising performance against a couple of useful rivals at Musselburgh. He is expected to improve and can give trainer Brian Ellison a first festival winner. FORMCAST. Nigel Taylor, Agon to Chanay, improved by at least a stone when winning a Sandown hurdle very easily last Saturday. He has a £5 penalty to carry for that success, but will be difficult to beat off what is still a lightweight today. Captain Heath's selections: 1:30 Next Destination, 2:10 Presenting Percy, 2:50 Barra, 3:30 Minute, 4:10 Cause of Causes, 4:50 The King of May, 5:30 Rhinestone. Formcast selections: 1:30 Sam Crow, 2:10 Black Horton, 2:50 William Henry, 3:30 ALTIOR, 4:10 The Last SAMURI, 4:50 Aragon to Chanay, 5:30 No selection. Beat the favorite. Our football experts like to go against the grain with their tips. Here are their picks to trounce today's fancied runners. Jamie Redknapp, 5:30 AC Milan. Chris Sutton, 2:50 TOPOFTHEGAME. Graham Poll, 4 10. Josie's Orders. Winners Enclosure. Best Bets. Best Odds with Ladbrokes. Nicola Majidi. Cheltenham bankers Footpad and Buveur Dare gave the bookmakers a bloody nose on the opening day of the festival. And it could have been worse. About 4 million worse for Ladbrokes alone. If Apple's Jade had won the Mare's Hurdle. Punters began the day on a sour note as Ruby Walsh and hot favourite Getabird failed to land the curtain raiser. However, their fortune soon changed for the better. Willie Mullins' trained Footpad was the first massive result to go in favour of the punters. Here at Ladbrokes, the 5-6 favourite was the best-backed horse of the day. That was quickly followed up with another winning favourite in the form of Coup Star Savola in the Ultima Handicap Chase. The final nail in the coffin for bookmakers was a win for Nicky Henderson's champion hurdle Good Thing Buveur Dare. Punters will pile money on these hot picks. Sam Crow, presenting Percy, Cause of Causes and Min. The biggest talking horse of the entire week runs today. The Gordon Elliott trained Sam Crow. However, we think he could be a hype horse and is a high price to at 8-11. Don't get me wrong, he is a very good horse. But we have seen lots of odds on Good Things getting beat in novice races over the years, including Elliott's Death Duty and last year's Albert Bartlett. In the RSA, we are very sweet on Patrick Kelly trained 7-year-old presenting Percy. He will be very hard to beat. He won the Pertomp last year and his run in the Red Mills Chase behind our Duke on heavy ground was very impressive. The feature race is the Queen Mother Champion Chase, one of the most eagerly awaited clashes of the festival. The market has been shaken up with news that all is not well with Altior. Henderson's superstar was lame on Monday, and although he has been declared fit, we have our doubts and will take him on. The one we do like here is Willie Mullins' Min. He may have lost a Grade 1 at Christmas, but that feels like a distant memory after he looked so impressive in the Coral Dublin Chase in February. But keep an eye on these outsiders. Felix Desjy and AC Milan. We will be keeping Cause of Causes on side in the cross-country chase. He has won the 4-miler and the Kim Muir, and we think he will etch his name into the history books. Our ambassador Dan Skelton has said Nube Negra is his best chance of a festival winner in the Fred Winter. The ground won't be a problem. He has been around the track before, and he keeps on improving. Willie Mullins' Black Bull looked very good at Leopardstown last time, but there are others that take our fancy more in the champion bumper. I think the likes of Felix Desjy and AC Milan could outrun their odds, so we will be adding them to the list of ones to keep on side. Hotspots. Work Whisper. COOLANLY. Cheltenham. 1:30. Waiting Game. Gin and Tonic. Huntingdon. 3:45. Down 19 pounds from last winning mark. Burnt Fingers. Monk's Stand. Southwell. 5:15. Captain Heath Trio. The King of May. Nap. Cheltenham. 4:50. Presenting Percy. NB. Cheltenham. 2:10. Next destination. Cheltenham. 1:30. Formcast Special Bet. Aragon de Chanay. Cheltenham. 4:50. Southwell. Robin Goodfellow 1:20. Warriors Valley 1:55. Zoravin 2:35. Linehouse 3:15. Volatile 3:55. Captain Lars 4:35. The Resdev Way 5:15. Coes de Bothar Gimcrack 1:20. Warriors Valley 1:55. Medici Moon 2:35. The Jungle Vip 3:15. Volatile 3:55. Captain Lars 4:35. Cousin Key 5:15. Teardrop Island. Wolverhampton. Robin Goodfellow 5:45. Bernice Boy 6:15. Dream Magic 6:45. Sea Search 7:15. Bowditch 7:45. Peggy's Angel 8:15. Spring Romance 8:45. Sociologist Jimcrack 5:45. Dream Far 6 15. King Kevin 6. 45. Sea Search 7. 15. Bowditch 7. 45. John Simpson 8. 15. Spring Romance 8. 45. Surrey Blaze. Huntingdon.